An old Cherokee grandfather had been watching his young grandson with growing concern. The boy was angry all the time now, fighting at school, fighting with friends, fighting with anyone who looked at him the wrong way. Each day, the darkness in him seemed to grow stronger. The grandfather could see it in his eyes, the rage, the bitterness, the hate taking root in his young heart. The old man knew this battle well. He had fought it himself as a young warrior, and he knew that if he didn't intervene now, his grandson would lose himself to that darkness completely. So, one evening, after another fight left the boy's knuckles bruised and his spirit full of poison, the grandfather sat him down by the fire. The boy slumped beside him, still trembling with anger. The grandfather placed a gentle hand on his shoulder and said, "My son, I've been watching you, and I see the war that's raging inside your heart. It's time I told you about the two wolves." The boy looked up, confused. "There is a battle," the grandfather explained, "between two wolves that lives inside all of us." He paused, letting his words sink in. "One wolf is evil. This wolf is anger, envy, greed, arrogance, self-pity, resentment, lies, and ego." The boy could see this wolf clearly in his mind, dark, fierce, filled with rage and destruction. He felt its weight in his own heart, the anger he carried, the jealousy, the desire for revenge. It was real, it was powerful, and it lived inside him. "And the other wolf," the grandfather said softly, "is good." He smiled gently as he spoke. "This wolf is joy, peace, love, hope, kindness, truth, compassion, and faith." The boy imagined this wolf too, noble, calm, filled with light and strength. He thought of the times he'd felt its presence, when he'd forgiven someone who'd hurt him, when he'd been kind when he didn't have to be, when he'd chosen peace over anger. This wolf also lived inside him. The boy sat in silence for a long moment, thinking deeply about these two wolves, both real, both powerful, both fighting for control. Then he looked up at his grandfather with wide, searching eyes and asked the question that changes everything. "Grandfather, which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." The boy understood. Every choice he made, every thought, every action, every word he spoke was feeding one of these wolves.
This story is thousands of years old, but its truth is timeless. Inside each of us, two forces battle for control, one destructive, one constructive, one that tears down, one that builds up, one that leads to suffering, one that leads to peace. And every single day, in every moment, we choose which one grows stronger. When you hold a grudge, you feed the evil wolf. When you forgive, you feed the good wolf. When you speak in anger, you feed the evil wolf. When you speak with kindness, you feed the good wolf. When you focus on what you lack, you feed the evil wolf. When you practice gratitude, you feed the good wolf. The battle never ends, but the outcome, that's entirely in your hands. So ask yourself today, Which wolf am I feeding right now? With my thoughts, with my words, with my actions? The answer to that question determines who you become. The moral of this tale: you become what you consistently feed. If this story made you think, it's worth sharing. Subscribe to Morals in Tales for more wisdom stories every Monday and Thursday. Which wolf are you feeding? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until the next tale.